In this video, we will discuss what is Parkinson's law of triviality. So, the Parkinson's law of triviality was actually the first one which was given out by the British historian Cyril Parkinson's, but this is much less known relative to the Parkinson's law that we just saw in the previous video. The Parkinson's law of triviality is also known as the bike shed effect. So, the story behind this law is that there was a committee that was tasked to design a nuclear power plant, and this was certainly a huge undertaking, and therefore, appropriate care had to be taken in addressing the different safety related and environment related implications of building this new nuclear power plant. So, this committee met regularly and they were able to discuss most safety and environment related concerns, and they also were able to ensure that this nuclear power plant had a pleasing aesthetic. However, whenever this committee met to deal with the remaining issue, one issue in particular always kept popping up, and this was regarding the design of the bike shed for employees who commuted by bicycle. They discussed what materials need to be used, what should be the signage, what should be the color, and the type of bike rack to be installed. And the committee couldn't get past through these details, that, which were really meaningless in the greater scope of a functioning nuclear power plant. They kept fixating on small trivial features that were just a matter of opinion and subjectivity. So Parkinson's summarized this entire bike shed fiasco in the following manner: that the time spent on any item of the agenda will be in the inverse proportion to the sum of money involved. So, I mean, the sum of money could easily be understood as any important or valuable thing on your agenda. So, this is a natural tendency of any group to just give a disproportionate weight to trivial issues, as they are just easier for everyone to understand and have an opinion on. And there lies the essence of the Parkinson's law of triviality, that people are prone to overthinking and fixating on trivial details that really don't matter in the grand scheme of a task. And they always do so to the detriment of larger issues that may have significantly more importance. But why do we fall for triviality? There are two psychological tendencies that drive this behavior. The first is procrastination and avoidance. So when people want to procrastinate an issue, they often try to remain productive by doing something that is perceived as productive. Any small details that are not really that important are still details that need to be taken care of at some point in time, and they are the things that we can tweak endlessly, but we feel that we are doing something instead of imitating the life of a couch potato, right? And this is why you would clean your dishes when you are putting off work, because we are subconsciously avoiding the work but making ourselves feel better by saying to ourselves that at least something productive got done. Now the second reason, and this refers more to in a collective group situations, uh, is where it is a result of who individuals who wish to contribute in any way that they can, they're not able to. So what they do is they focus on whatever trivial things that there are where they could contribute and not just stay silent in those discussions. So everyone falls back to visualizing a simple bike shed, and one can end up discussing that endlessly. And this is completely self-serving because everybody just wants to add a touch of their own and wants to contribute. So, how to overcome this triviality? So, the key to utilizing this mental model and combating triviality is going to be threefold. First, always have a strict agenda, whether it is your to do list or calendar. You should know what your focus is and what you should ignore. The second is always know what is your overall goal, whether for the day or the project or throughout the entire timeline. You have to constantly ask yourself, what is that you're doing? Is it contributing to the overall goal, or is it just avoiding them? And the third and the most important one is always have an awareness of when you are starting to lose that focus, so that you could avoid getting into a triviality mindset from occurring in the first place. So knowing that is almost half the battle done when beating the Parkinson's law of triviality. If you find someone talking about something that's different from the set agenda of the meeting, you already know that triviality is in the room. If you find yourself compelled to do a trivial task like organize your clothes while you are particularly working on a difficult issue, you should know that triviality has set in. And whenever you devolve into smaller tasks that you may not need tweaking or do not impact your overall goal, it's always to take a break and recharge instead of pretending to be productive. So that's how you could overcome the Parkinson's law of triviality.